This is the front panel of the Shure 3-channel mixer. Note that this is a 3-input device, but is designed for 2-channel output for 2-channel recorders. Basically, all of the philosophy of this simple setup is exactly the same as with multi-channel recorders with numerous dedicated channel opportunities. If you wish each microphone to record to both channels equally, you will leave the pan-pot controllers pointed straight up, thereby sending an equal signal to both left and right channels. On the other hand, if you wish each channel to be dedicated to its own channel, you must turn the pan-pot controller to either the hard left or the hard right position, depending on the desired channel you want that input to be recorded. On this particular mixer, the pan-pot controller is flush-mounted. In order to change it, gently push the controller in and release. To turn on the lineup reference tone generator, you pull the first input volume fader out slightly. The 1 kHz or 1000 cycle tone will be turned on. The strength of the signal is controlled by you, by turning the volume fader up or down. You need to calibrate the level to your master volume fader, which is not shown in this chart. Note the little flush-mounted high-pass roll-off switch just to the right of each input volume fader. There are 2 basic ways to record with the 2-channel machine. The first option is to record either stereophonically, or each channel has its own dedicated signal. Notice that the master fader channels are aligned the same, leaving both channels to record independently. This is possible only if you have the pan-pot controller set to hard left and hard right. The second option is to record a monophonic track, no matter if you are using a single microphone or if you are using all 3 inputs. You want to create an insurance policy to guard against bursts of distortion such as sudden door slams, dynamic shifts of vocal events such as shouts or screams, which would blow out and distort a normally recorded track. Also notice the little flush-mounted limiter switch just to the right of the master fader. For almost all feature and entertainment work, you will leave the limiter in the down or off position. Use this only if you are recording uncontrollable environmental sound recordings for documentaries or news journalism work. Otherwise, you will probably notice an unwanted pumping sensation during your recording as your levels burst up into the headroom area. There are 4 basic recording protocols to consider when you are recording with a simple 2-channel system. This first protocol is single monaural channel flat. This means that you are recording with 1 microphone. The pan-pot controller is turned straight up so the signal is sent evenly to both left and right channels. This second protocol is single monaural channel right minus 10 decibels, which we talked about earlier. Using a single microphone, the pan-pot controller is still turned straight up so the signal is sent evenly to both left and right channels, except the master fader has the right channel calibrated down minus 10 decibels. This technique is very valuable in post-production for the dialogue editor. Should the recording in the left channel be overmodulated for whatever production reason, the dialogue editor will check the right channel, which in the majority of situations will have an audio signal that is not overmodulated. This is the insurance policy to guard against explosive and unanticipated production audio level surprises. This third protocol is 2 discrete monaural channels recorded separately. This places each microphone on its own channel without mixing them together. You will accomplish this by setting the pan-pot controllers to hard left for channel left or channel 1, and hard right for channel right or channel 2. The master fader is set to both channels, recording equally flat. Note, do not confuse this with stereophonic recording. This fourth protocol is 2 discrete channels recording stereo. This is stereophonic recording. Note that we are using 2 matching microphones in the XY configuration, setting the microphone diaphragms as close together as possible to defeat phasing issues. This means that the microphone on the left, visually, is actually recording the right channel, so plug it into mic input number 2. The microphone on the right, visually, is actually recording the left channel, so plug it into mic input number 1. Of course, you must turn the pan-pot controllers to hard left on channel left and hard right on channel right, and the master fader levels are set equally.